Good job. You did a great job last night. Yeah, you did. You did.
Annie's on, so she's gonna take the roll.
All right, thanks. Would you do that for us, please, Annie? Roll call.
Absolutely. It looks like online we have Brenna Davis, Bryce Christensen, Cheryl Hartman, Christina DeWar, Alicia Buckholz, Melissa Fisher, and MCAT. And myself, Annie Kathy, sorry. It looks like in 206 we have Commissioner Strohmeyer and Slotnick, Carrie Powers, Ann Hughes, Randy Arnold, Maddie Scott, I think is at the end.
Yep.
And who I am
Griffin Smith. I got you, Annie. Griffin
Thank
Smith.
you.
Griffin Smith.
And Vinnie Pavlish.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you, Annie.
So welcome all of you on that long, illustrious list to our admin meeting for Thursday, May 29th. Before we dive in, do we have any public comment on items not on the agenda? Okay, given that, we have a robust consent agenda. What do you think, Dave? Do you want to talk about any of these, or does anybody else want to talk about anything on this consent agenda? Look. So good with item one? Good. I would move that we approve the consent agenda. All right, I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Awesome. Okay, it looks like we have a dearth of action items, and, but we do have a letter. RE East Missoula Corridor funding.
Yes, but go ahead. Either one is fine. So this will be a letter coming before you all to sign. It is a request to the congressional delegation. So Zinke, Daines, and Sheehy really highlighting what's at stake if the $24 million through the Reconnected Communities grant does not come through for the Highway 200 project. So it's pretty detailed, and the ask is to either support, continue to support keeping the Reconnecting Communities pilot project fully, or move it under kind of another umbrella to ensure that that money does come through to both Missoula County, NDT, and then Missoula MPO.
And we went through a bunch of iterations on email, so we're well familiar with this letter. It's well crafted.
It's a good letter. Yeah.
It's a good letter, and I hope it is as well received as it was well written. We're signing.
Yeah, we'll get it in front of you.
Have you seen a copy of it?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I read it over. Just on the status of the Highway 200 project. Dave mentioned yesterday that I think your term was paused. What have you guys?
Under review.
Under review.
Maybe I did use the term pause, but
Sure. So under review, kind of in this bill that's in Congress right now. Can someone kind of break that?
I don't know about that. As near as I can tell, this is not. Well, I don't know. Do you have late breaking news? I think what I've heard is this program, the Reconnecting Communities Grant Program, may be under this generic category of limbo of under review. But
So like in the letter, as Carrie was pointing out, there might be a way to save this project by putting it in a different program. But this Reconnecting Communities program seems to be under review, which is like Kafkaesque MAGA speak for it's not happening. But the project itself could go under some other program that
the project is
Transportation
a solid infrastructure project. If it's getting hung up in some sense that this overall program is DEI related, then let's focus on the actual project and not where it's nested.
Sure. And I noticed equity was in the name of the pilot program, right? Something like that.
Well, that was in the name of the program within which this project fit under.
Right.
And that was when, under the previous administration, they put out a notice of funding availability and basically an RFP, and that was the name of the program. It wasn't Missoula's choice. That was the name of the program. And we are among hundreds and hundreds of local governments across the country that made applications to do just this kind of project.
And you guys mentioned it's basically a shovel-ready project. I mean,
Yeah, we did a ton of all of the pre-engineering, pre-work. We're ready to go if the money comes in. I mean, we, in this case, means the city, the county, and the MPO, and we were all pretty lockstep, arm in arm in this huge project.
MDT too.
And MDT as well, thank you.
And they
Yeah,
will be the project manager.
Sure.
which is really great for us.
So if things were working normally, it sounds like you would have been able to maybe do work, this year or
Well,
maybe a little more
That's-
design work and approvals.
I think most of that design work is done, but I don't know when the timeline, I don't know if you know when the timeline would be.
I don't, but just knowing how all of these things work, even if the green light is glowing bright, there's still getting the grant obligated and all of these steps along the way. I would not think that it would be ready to break ground this
Tomorrow.
year, but
But the difference would be, it would happen.
yes.
And certainly it's a big project too. You have to widen the
Oh my gosh,
main trestle over there and.
Yeah.
the biggest part of the project is that train bridge.
And did you have something?
No, I just wanted to add that, not that you guys aren't able to speak to specifics, but if you want to get into the project a little bit more, I'm happy to connect you with Shane or Chet or someone who can speak with a little bit more detail.
Intelligence.
Not intelligence, no, you guys are doing great, not to insinuate, but
Nothing we're able to speak
Well,
about.
I want to speak dumbly about it.
That's
So,
what we do best.
Do you know what East Missoula looks like right now?
Of course,
I'm
yeah.
just going to say the super narrow little pathway going, roadway going under the railroad bridge, opening onto basically a small sea of asphalt on either side of a 2-lane highway. It does not look like a place that feels like the center of a town. Imagine that with curb, gutter, sidewalk, boulevard trees, controlled intersections, stoplights, and crosswalks. All of a sudden, it would look like a town, a place that someone who wanted to invest in retail or commercial would think this might be a good place. People live here. Right now, the way that it appears, the way that it functions, I feel, is a discouragement to the kind of investment that the people in East Missoula have clamored to us. We want to see a Warden style, in terms of scale, grocery store. We want to have a cafe. We want to have a coffee shop. Well, if you look at those oceans of asphalt and uncontrolled intersections, it doesn't look like that would fit. If we transformed it, it would fit. We would see what East Missoula become more of a place.
I think our position is let's focus on the specifics of the project and not get hung up on the terminology of what was required in the last administration to be in our grant application. So what might fit under an umbrella of equity is also simply helping individuals and families get to where you need to go safely without getting run over by a vehicle, and to really create that set the table for
Economic development.
economic development in East Missoula.
And one last thing on this scene we're seeing here is simultaneously being played out. I said hundreds, thousands of local governments across the United States have issues similar to this, where we have a choice nationally. Do we want to invest in infrastructure, which really means investing in the future, or not? Do we want to have a future of crappy roads and economic disinvestment and deinvestment and turning our backs on small communities? It looks kind of like that's where we're headed. Or we can invest in the future as our predecessors did, that set us up to have what feels like a pretty good life right now.
All right. No more questions for me.
Wow, okay.
You guys got it all.
In the future, we'll try to get you a small table to sit at.
I like the look you had yesterday at the chamber event.
Yeah, that wasn't my decision.
The media nook.
The media
Yeah.
nook, yeah. Sorry about the amount of speakers. That was brutal.
Yeah, I didn't.
Dave and I kept elbowing each other so we could remain awake.
It was just good to listen and hear everyone talk. Yeah.
They're all great people, all had good things to say. It was just too much for one event.
Mhm.
That's all you got.
Okay.
Never was. Yeah. I was on